Man, welcome back. Welcome back in the house. This your main man, the one and only Coach Tony. Thank you for pulling up on me tonight because we got to smash it. And no, it's the Pull Up Podcast show. But if you are a football lover, we talking to a guy tonight that's one of the best ever to wear a pair of pads and play ball at the highest level of them all. But before we talk about him, Val, you know what to do. Drop it.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Bounce the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said bounce the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast.
Man, thanks for checking in tonight with the Pull Up Podcast show. Bella, baby, what's going on? I see you checking in early tonight. Much love, seeing you every week. I appreciate it. Jamel Avery, thanks for checking in here locally here. My guys, Justin, thank you for checking in tonight. My guy, Garrett Tidwell, got a good show tonight. Tonight, coming by way down south, way down, what we call in Gatorland, man, down in Orlando, Florida, by the way of East Carolina University Pirates. Out of Conference USA. He was also a Conference USA All-American, drafted by none other than the Tennessee Titans, and currently is the 35th all-time NFL rusher in the NFL. But before we bring this guy out, talk to you, Val, let's play a little clip for the people. If Val couldn't get the clip to work tonight, but that's all right. We're gonna keep on rolling tonight. Once again, coming by way of East Carolina University, it's my guy putting up big numbers for the Tennessee Titans, end up going to the Jets and finish his career with Arizona Cardinals. This guy has got a phenomenal story. And when he walked away from the NFL, he's doing some major things. Things that some of you guys want to make sure you look at. We talk about guys that retire from the league, whether it be NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, whatever you're doing, making sure you got a B plan. We're going to talk about all that tonight. Let's bring on my boy, the one and only, Chris CJ2K Johnson.
What's happening?
What's up, baby? Hey, before we even get started tonight, man, I got to tell you, man, blessing to my heart, take a breath, a silent moment. My uncle passed away recently, man, and you were by far his best player. And you didn't know that you had extra coach at home, dog. And he would be on that TV on you, man.
Oh, he'd be on me. He on me.
What Chris doing? Man, if they didn't give you the ball when they should have gave, man, he know he should have gave him the ball.
Right.
Man, how you doing tonight?
Man, I'm good. Just chilling, man. That's about it. Just getting back in from football practice.
Yeah, I'd love to see somebody that's kind of got that same schedule I do, coming in and giving back to the kids at night. I'm on that basketball tip every night, right. 8:30, 9 o'clock, and you're doing it too, man. So I definitely appreciate it, man. We're gonna talk a little bit of everything tonight, man, and kind of get a people your background. Let's jump all the way back to where you came out of Orlando. Starting to play football. What high school did you come out of?
I went to Olympia High School.
I know Olympia. I actually played there. Yeah. Big school.
Yeah. So my 9th grade year, I went to West Orange, and then they made everybody split up. They had a new school. Olympia was a new school or whatever like that. So played my 10th, 11th, 12th grade year there or whatever under Coach Cullison, Mike Cullison or whatever, and left from there and went to East Carolina.
Man, did you have like when you was there, man? Because I've had the opportunity to see Celebration High School. Did y'all play Celebration?
No, so actually that Celebration wasn't even created back then.
Oh,
when I was in school.
Okay.
And it just seemed like in Orlando, every year or every other year, they keep building these new schools.
Yeah.
So like we got so many new schools around here now, like they just keep building them and building them.
Man, that's great. So did you have like that uncle or that your dad or somebody in the family that was a football player? Who put that ball in your hand and you said, man, because trust me, we just talked about it a minute ago. It ain't like Orlando is cool. It's hot down there, baby.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. Well, growing up, how we grew up, we wasn't like, especially when we had grandma's house or mama's house or whatever, but like, especially the summer, it ain't no sitting in the house and
I ain't no sitting in the house.
The TV or playing the game, electric bill. Like,
hey, up under my air conditioner, you better get outside.
Yeah. You see, Grandma Sweet and Grandma Merle, they wasn't going for that right there. Like, now you got to get out. You outside all day until it's nighttime, then you come back in. But like,
before the street lights hit
you. Yeah, before the street lights hit you. But back then, like when you were forced to be outside like that and got to be outside, you're gonna find something to do. Like
right.
It was sports. So it'll go from playing football out in the field or playing basketball or whatever sport it was, like just playing it all day. And like, that's how we came up in my era, is outside playing. But like a person that like I really like looked up to and like looked at the things they did and kind of like follow what they did was my oldest brother. My older brother, like he was the first one out of all us like to actually play football with pads on and all that stuff for the little Pal League, Boys and Girls Club. So I used to look up to him and, watch everything he did, try to do all the workouts he did and stuff like that. Right. Going to college, playing ball and stuff like that. And I just used to, when he used to come back on his breaks around this time, yeah, I'm in high school and stuff like that. And then like even when he was in high school and planning his workouts and stuff, I used to try to do them. But especially when he used to come back from his college breaks and working out, I used to always try to make sure I go with him and work out and stuff like that. But yeah, he that person.
Oh, that's good. That kind of put you on that next level. Now, while you was that, matter of fact, what's my man? He was there. What's the basketball player that was major at that time? He came out, I think, I don't know if it was Olympia or
Amari Stoudemire?
Yeah, Stoudemire, yeah.
That's my boy.
Yeah, we played over there, man. Stoudemire came in, he graced us with his presence one day, man. We played at the school, saw his banner up on the wall, man, because he was at Phoenix Suns at the time and came back home, man.
Right, yeah.
I should know Orlando like the back of my hand, man, because had to come down there every year with that AAU, so it got to the point. I even know how to get around through the cuts, man. Going down the Ocala, coming back up,
Yeah. It's a lot
man, it's all good
in Orlando, man.
Now, while you was at Olympia, man, did you guys get a chance to play for a state title?
Nah, we didn't. So I ain't gonna even lie. When we became a new school, like our first year, like we was trash. Like we probably only won 2 games, right? And then my second year there, we did a whole lot better. I think we won probably like 6 or 7 games. And then my last year that we ended up going to the first round of the playoffs, but we lost in the first round of the playoffs or whatever like that. But we had a pretty good team though.
Oh, okay. And with the other teams that was in the district, was there any other big names that was around while you was playing that went on the major, played at the next level with you as well?
Yeah. So you have Edgewater. We played against Edgewater every year. That was
Edgewater.
Yeah, in Edgewater, you had Mike Sims Walker. Then what it was it Lake Howell? You had Brandon Marshall.
Okay.
Yeah, Evans. You had Brandon Sala. I don't know if you ever heard his name, but he played at Dr. Phillips. He ended up going to Miami. His name was Ryan Moore. He probably was like the coldest receiver I ever seen, like in person, like
Wow.
He probably was the coldest receiver ever. He ended up going to Miami, and then it was either injuries or something that derailed him, and he never really got a chance to showcase his skills when he went to Miami. But like he was probably when you say Ryan Moore, everybody know like he probably was the best.
Yeah, he's that name. You put that name. He's that marquee name.
Yeah, he's that marquee name. Ryan Moore, everybody know. Like, yeah, so we done had some guys, man, like throughout the years. We definitely had some guys.
So what was like your recruiting process? You know, I talk to the guys right now, CJ, you know, about the recruiting process. You know, of course, obviously, you know, me and you both wish that it was the same when we were playing ball, man, with the NIL stuff on the table. But
I wish.
But what was the recruiting process at that time in Orlando? Because instead of you looking at UCF, you know, you went away upstream. You went to East Carolina, man. So what was that recruiting process at the time like?
Well, my recruiting process, it wasn't that good. Like I had one D1 offer really. Well, I had two. I had one D1 offer to play running back, and then another D1 offer. They wanted me to play cornerback.
Okay.
Whatever like that. But I didn't have like a real like I was overlooked. Know what I'm saying? Like I was overlooked. So it was pretty hard with me. Like, and then I can blame some of that on myself too, because my grades weren't what they were supposed to be.
Right.
But like for me being like the top 2 to 3 fastest guy in Florida and playing football, it just don't make sense how you overlook that. Know what I'm saying? So it's like I finished second at the state track meet in the 100 and the 200. So it's just hard, but like now that I have kids of my own, even though they only in 6th grade, but you know, me just being older and me seeing how things is and seeing how things go, like recruiting is not always just like, oh, they got this kid real good that's over there in, let's say, Ocala, right?
Right.
It's so many kids out here that's so good, like it's hard for everybody to see.
Oh yeah, Florida ridiculous, man. Even on the JUCO side of the house, they don't even come out to state. They play from Dade County all the way up to Tallahassee, man. It's like they don't even have to step out the state. I think I was looking at me being on the JUCO side of basketball. I'm looking at it, Chris. They got like 3 divisions. They got the North Florida, Central Florida, and South Florida, man. They never got to leave.
Right. You have to leave. And so now how I'm looking at it now, it's a lot of this recruiting is about connections. It's about knowing the right person, and it's about being in these camps, going to these camps. So when I was playing, like I didn't go to no camps. You know what I'm saying? And you know, our people they ain't have the money to go send me to these camps and stuff like that. And like I know if I when I rewind time, I know for a fact if I would have went to a few camps and ran the 40, I would have had buku offers. Like, know what I'm saying? I was gonna run a real fast 40, but like it's like, shoot, I didn't get none of it. I didn't go to none of those things. So not only what I'm saying, my grades weren't where they were supposed to be, but on top of that, I understand now that I didn't put myself in the right places to be recruited heavily. I just played football, like, and then back then they didn't have the 7-on-7 stuff that they do. So back then, so I just played football and ran track, and you know, shoot.
Let the pieces fall where they may.
Yeah, let the pieces fall where they may. But like, it is what it is, and it's a learning experience for me because now I know, like, with my kids, I know how to handle the recruiting process.
Right. No, I make them take in grade first. Yeah, I got Joe Fazio, baby. He down in Florida checking in. He says, man, a lot of Florida schools missed out on a real talented person, man.
Right. Yeah, and then the crazy thing is I don't think I ever really told a story like that, but I kind of I didn't want to go to UCF. I wanted to go to USF.
Okay, yeah, man. They got a cold campus, baby. I see on that Guff. First time I went down there, I saw the back of that, man. You were talking about that when we playing golf. I saw that. Ooh, that campus is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it was cold, but I wanted to go there, and then like, you know, they never offered me, and then they had a coaches convention in Orlando, and my high school coach, Mike Cullison, actually went to the convention just to talk to South Florida, and And like he asked them about me, and they're like, "Who, Chris Johnson? Who are you talking about?" Like, but they weren't dealing with me, whatever. And then the crazy thing, I ended up going to East Carolina in the first game of the season. We played South Florida, and like I had a real good game versus them or whatever like that. But
he like, man, he smacked whoever's recruit. Man, why did you get this cat?
Right. But you know, God works in mysterious ways. Now I'm so glad that I didn't stay close to home. I'm glad that I went off. Yeah.
Do that sometime. Get your head together, man. That's all good. Hey, we are talking to my guy, Chris CJ2K Johnson, former Tennessee Titans running back. We're going to pay a few bills right here, and we'll be right back with your main man, Coach Tony. This is the Pull Up Podcast Show.
Are you a small business owner looking to grow? Introducing the KeySpot mobile app. I'm Cynthia McAllister, owner of the IT company Quality SAT. Since 2016, we have been supporting small businesses and help them promote and share their businesses, services, and events across the country. KeySpot is more than just an app. We are a network providing community. KeySpot, connecting communities and supporting small businesses.
Let her go, cause she can't arrest me.
Woke up with my toolie, what they do? Meet me in the alley with the troops. I got red shooters, I got blue.
4.24. They've got a minute and 56 to work with here in the first half. Handoff. Chris Johnson! Johnson is gone! Chris Johnson takes it the distance. 76 yards for the touchdown.
All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star.
Secondary. Good dash by Chris Johnson.
Fucking with me, using that speed to break in the shot top.
Across the 30. Headed to the 21 yard
pull up on your block, they make that thing go switch my whip and back in black, I'm starting to see the pressure on the sky.
There goes Johnson. And they will
That though we blowing smoke, she asked me like a fire, like I'm going star. Act a fool on stage, probably need my fucking soul in a car. Shit was legendary through a TV, I know it no other montage. Cocaine on the table, let's go. Don't miss a day. Some don't joke up in the TV. Trying to get it easy. Staying up with the bag. She acting out of pocket, trying to grab up on my pants. On that bitches in my trailer, said I ain't got a man. And they all brought a friend. I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Watch out! Johnson! Speed! Touchdown! Football. Cuts it back and he's got room.
Been in the
CJ
fucking superstars, feeling like a pop star.
Forget about it.
Designated player on defense, like offense, that can have a communication headset in his helmet. On first down, Chris
Johnson trying to get him to the outside. Doubles back the other way. Chris Johnson has some room to work with. Good block by Young on the near side, and Johnson able to turn it upfield, and he goes all the way. Touchdown, Johnson. Tennessee takes it in. Terrific individual effort.
Remember I used to chop hard, living like a rock star, living like a rock star.
Tight ends in, it's Chris Johnson. Making a tackle, here's the big run. Johnson, down the sideline, is going all the way. Touchdown!
When my homies pull up on your block,
here's the handoff to Chris Johnson.
Watch out! Johnson! Again! Cuts it back!
Clark takes the handoff, try to come to the right side. He breaks it across the line of scrimmage at the 45 at midfield. He's to the Patriot 45, back inside to the 35 to the 30, down the right sideline. Finally, gets a save. Watch out! He's got getting away from the top speed. Johnson hit, and Johnson keeps it going. Talked about earlier, I'm smaller.
Wondering when they'll come for me. Paranoid man makes paranoid plans. I do what I can, but it's out of my hands. Struggling just to find my peace. Sometimes feel like I got no friends. Can't trust a soul like I'm Snowden. Right by the bed, keep it loaded. Lord have mercy if they broken. I don't ever sleep, yeah, I'm wide awake. If you try to pull up to my...
Man, dog, I thought I was still in the stadium, man. Hey, how does that make you feel, man? Just, I'm tripping because I'm watching you pretty much damn near run that quick on the snow as you do on the normal grass, man.
Yeah, that snow game was fun, man. I'm a Florida boy, so I ain't used to the snow and stuff like that. So sure, it was cold now.
Oh yeah, it definitely. What was the biggest difference though, CJ? As you made a transition, a lot of guys don't get it basketball, especially basketball and football, that it made because of the height, the weight, the size of the players. Once you stepped out of that Pirates uniform and stepped in to the NFL with the Titans, first of all, you're sitting there on draft night. Did you have any idea, one, that you're gonna get drafted, and two, go to the first round?
Yeah, I knew I was gonna get drafted for sure. And yeah, I had a good chance because the crazy thing is my running back coach for Tennessee actually played running back at East Carolina as well. Ernest Bynum.
EB, yeah. Oh yeah.
EB. So you know how they sent have the private workouts and stuff like that. And then like he called me the day before the draft, and he like, yeah, man. He like, yeah, if you still sitting there at 24, we're gonna take you or whatever. But I knew Dallas needed a running back too, and they was picking at 18 and 21. So I didn't think I was gonna drop. I didn't think I was gonna drop to them. I thought Dallas was gonna take me because they for sure needed a running back. And then I was just trying to speak it into existence because Dallas was always my favorite team growing up.
Oh yeah, Cowboys.
All my uncles and everybody, they love the Cowboys. So
yeah,
I want to go to the Cowboys, but yeah. So I ended up falling down to Tennessee, and they took me. So
man, that was a good fall, baby. We're glad to have you in Nashville, man. You had the city on electricity, man, while you was there. Coach Justin checked and he said, man, while you was with the Titans, he said, what defensive player in NFL did you have the most trouble playing against?
Oh man, I ain't gonna really say the most trouble. I'm gonna say more of like, man, I know this week I gotta have my stuff together. Like I can't get around now. And I gotta say, Troy Polamalu.
Polamalu, baby, with the hair and all, man, pretty boy. Hey, that was before the commercial, by the way.
Yeah, before the see, and it's hard prepping against him because you're playing against a guy that's playing safety, but they give him free range. He get to do whatever he want to do.
Right.
So, it's hard to watch film on him because you never know what exactly he's doing, or it's just crazy. But yeah, playing against him, it always was a challenge, and I enjoyed the challenge though.
Yeah, man. Mr. Head and Shoulders told him right there, you better put the shampoo.
Yeah.
Get the wedges out. Man, that's funny. Now you sitting up, you come in as that rookie at 08, and what were your expectations? So now you're coming out, you're coming into college, you say, hey, I know that I'm coming, whether I go to the Cowboys, I go someplace else, slip to the Titans, you're coming into Nashville, on the backside of big time Eddie George, running back here, and the other guys we had, and now you got to come in and you now are given that chance, and the door opens up. Mm-hmm. Did you come in and at any particular time in your career sit down and say, okay, here's what I want my next 1, 3, 5 year career to look like as I go to that second contract to get everything squared away. What were kind of like the things that you sit down and told yourself, here are the things I want to accomplish?
Well, actually going in as a rookie, you just be so like deer caught in the headlights. It's like,
right.
You happy to be there. Know what I'm saying? And not just happy to be there. You actually playing, you're starting, you know what I'm saying? You're making plays. You go from the guy that's like sitting here wishing and like dreaming of like, dang, I can't wait till my highlight plays show up on Sports Center, like on Saturday Night, Chris Berman and all that. And then like you really in it and like, shoot, like, what? This is what it is. So like me just going in and me wanting to compete and me wanting to like help the team, help a team try to win, get to the Super Bowl. Like I know I was coming in and we had Lindell White already that had that been there. So it's kind of like a 1-2 punch my first year or whatever. Like just getting into it like that and then like really still like finding out the game and learning the game and the game slowing down for you and all that. Like I just knew like I wasn't satisfied with just being in the NFL or just making the NFL. I'm like, man, I've been overlooked. Like I felt like I was overlooked coming out of high school. Right. I felt like even though I went first round, I still was the 5th running back taken off the board. So I felt like I was still overlooked. So I'm like, man,
got something to prove.
Yeah, so I'm like, man.
And you were the quickest back at the combine.
Yeah, I was the fastest at the combine. Like, and I was just like, and then I had the tape to prove it, everything. I was just like, man, I'm not okay with just getting drafted and make it to the league. Like I want to be the best running back in the NFL. Like, I want to be a superstar and all that. So I kind of like laid that out and wrote my goals out. And it's crazy because after my rookie year, when I wrote my goals out, my goal was that I wanted to run for 2,000 yards.
Man, and you did that, man. I tell you, it was crazy in 2009, man.
And it happened. It happened. So
I remember the controversy around that and them getting you the ball and trying to make sure down the stretch that it came down to the last few games of the season.
Right. Last game versus Seattle.
That was crazy, man. And I know your family got to be proud, man. Once everything jumped off, and at least the cool part about it is you got to go a little further north, so we get a little more winter than Orlando do, obviously. But we still get some nice weather here, and it's probably a welcome into the football player because it kind of cools down during football season here.
Right. And then you got to think I was in Carolina as well, where it gets cold there. So I was able to, even though still to this day, even when I was in the league, I still hated playing in the cold, but it would have been different. Like if I would have played high school in Florida, then like played at a Florida team in college, and then you go out to the NFL and you got to go and play these cold games and
You got to go to Buffalo, baby.
So
you got to go to Cleveland.
It kind of prepared me to like where it's like I'm at East Carolina now. It's winter time and snow. It's all right. I look out my dorm window and it's snowing. Like I never seen snow before. And then you got to be up for winter workouts. You got to be on the field at 5 a.m. You know how cold that is in the winter.
Oh, yeah.
It's snowing and oh my God.
Yeah, you like, I got to get up, go. I really want to do this.
Do I really want to do this? That right there, that really shows that like these athletes, when you get to there and you can get past that, that's really shows like you really want to do it. You really love football. Like,
I tell guys all the time that right there, the morning workouts, CJ, that'll cut you. That either you cut yourself or you'll bite down and then you become that good player.
Right. That's when you get to college, and I tell them all the time, these high school athletes, these youth athletes, I tell them all the time, I say, when you get to college, that's going to be like the first time in your whole time of playing football or whatever sport you play. That's going to be your first time where you really going to have a situation where you going to think to yourself, do I really want to do this?
Right. I've had people quit at that time too, CJ. They like, I've had players come to me and say, hey, coach, I really like it. I didn't expect 5:30, 6 a.m. workouts, and I just this ain't for me. And I'm cool. I can tell them, hey, when I see you, I'm still gonna hug you and give you daps, but you just ain't gonna play for me no more. I get it.
Right. Exactly.
I want the best that's been able to do it. On the other side, we're going to come back and talk about this NFL career. We're going to take a halftime break. Val, let's pay some more bills. We'll be back on the Pull Up Podcast show with the one and only Coach Tony and my man, CJ2K, baby. We'll be right back.
I've always thought about how my mom has supported me in any creative endeavor. How beautiful was it for your mom to be the superhero in your life and show up in your creative ventures with this book?
People ask her to sign the book more than they ask me to sign the book. Sometimes I step to the side, I take their picture. And, we have to celebrate our mothers. We got to celebrate our beginning. So she comes out with me. Every event, she is there. Even when I tell her she does not need to come, she will show up in the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, okay, you coming? Okay. I'm like, all right.
Right. And she got a bottle of wine in her hand.
What in the world? Why are you giving her alcohol?
No, I'm just saying. She showed up in the parking lot. She got a bottle of wine, nice wine. She's going to set it down. She ready for the show, Val. You know what I'm saying? Because the funny part about it is, CJ, I've actually talked to Val. I thought about, writing a book myself called My Man's in Them.
But, I love it.
And look at Val.
My man's in them.
My man's in them. But you got to read the book. You got to read the book. But it's a play. CJ, I apologize because Val should have dropped some old Dub C so you could have came out crip walking. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not flamed up right now. I got to hold on. Trying to get me shot.
Going back to school tomorrow, like, I saw you, Miss Charles. I saw you.
I mean, I can crip walk, so please, but I'm kind of, I'm authoring right now. You guys are funny.
And we're coming out of that locker room at halftime in the third quarter here on the Pull Up Podcast show with the one and only Coach Tony and my guy, CJ2K. Let's jump in this NFL career. Now, I got a question for you. I was looking at your stuff. This would amaze me. Boy, you danced around everything except the number I thought you was going to get. So you come out first round number 24, but you wear 21, 23, and 28. Give me some significance. What was that all about?
Well, the crazy thing is, so when I first got to the league, I was just looking for a good number. It really, because in college I was number 5. That was my favorite number or whatever. So we first got there, I had 29. It was looking trash. Like I wore it in preseason. So I ended up getting 28, right? So I stuck with 28, and it was just like I liked that number once I got it. I stuck with it. So then when I left Tennessee and I went to the Jets, Curtis Martin wore 28, but his jersey was retired. So when I went in, they was just like basically like, shoot, they was like, if you holler at Curtis Martin and he approve it, we'll let you wear the 28 or whatever. So shoot, I hit up Curtis or whatever. They gave me his number and stuff like that. I hit him up or whatever like that. He didn't approve it. He didn't let me wear it. So the next best number was I picked 21. I got 21 because 21 is available.
Yep.
It was available. And then when I went to Arizona, I ended up signing late. With Arizona, and like, shoot, the only thing they really had about it was a few numbers, but at 23, I'm like, shoot, the best they ever did it was 23 Jordan.
Exactly, that's Jordan, baby. My south side, Chicago, baby, and he had them perfect red, black, and white colors too. So it was good.
Right. So I like, shoot, let's rock. So that's how all them numbers came up.
Man, I seen these crazy numbers, man. Look, NFL, first of all, 25. Conference USA coming out of college, Player of the Year at 07, 2-time first-time team All-American. Then you get the All-American rookie team 08. Then you get the NFL rushing yards 09 with the 2,000 yards you put up. First team All-Pro in 09. NFL Offensive Player of the Year 09. Man, it just didn't stop. And by the way, congratulations on the 2024 selection into the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame, man. That's dope, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Yeah, that was big. That came out of nowhere. I never really knew what it was or what the requirements was or anything like that. But they called me and told me about it, and it was a dope situation.
Yeah, that was good. I was glad they put you in. That was a good class too, man. And you get it on that first shot around. That's good. Coach Allen said that on that 08 squad y'all won 13-3. What was the one missing piece that you felt that y'all was missing that year to get all the way back to the Super Bowl since the 2000s?
That you mean in that year why we didn't make it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the crazy thing is I don't think we was missing no piece. So what happened was we in the first round, so we had a first round bye, and then we had
the Colts, I think. Did y'all finish with the Colts that year?
We finished with the Colts, but we had a first round bye, and then we ended up playing Baltimore in the first round. Yeah. So I had like 100 and some total yards in the first quarter. And then I got hurt. I hurt my ankle. Mm-hmm. And then after I hurt my ankle, it's just like everything went downhill. Like we only lost 13-10, but then we had 2 fumbles inside our own 20, which we could have easily got 2 field goals, but we got 2 turnovers inside our own 20. And then it was a missed call. It was a missed call. It was delay a game, and they still let it go. And Joe Flacco hit the long.
Flacco hit that long, yeah,
down the field. So I feel like that hurt us. But man, nobody was stopping us. We was hitting on all cylinders, like throwing the ball, running the ball. Me and Lindell was going crazy. Lindell was leading the league in touchdowns that year. Our defense was playing crazy. And it's just that's how it works in sports. Sometimes you get those games where things happen, you can't overcome it. And it was sure, I guarantee you we play that same game 100 more times and we probably will win it 99 times out of 100. We just
yeah. You know how that go. And my girl Miss 26 checked in and said, "Oh man," she said she missed watching you play, man. You're one of our favorite players. What do you feel about Henry on the other side wearing that red uniform now?
Oh man, you know how it goes. It's part of the business.
Part of the business. I was going to say that.
Right. I'm sure, just like myself, I'm sure Henry probably wanted to stay in Tennessee his whole career and not go nowhere and stuff like that. But it's part of the business, and especially these days, rare that you will run across an athlete that played at one team his whole career. It just don't happen. So I feel and then the offense where Tennessee is turning towards, they're turning towards more of a passing offense and things like that. And I just feel like they knew that he wasn't going to fit that offense, so they let him walk. And, he going to Baltimore. Everybody know they're going to run the ball. In Baltimore, they're probably going to fit him better over there where he at.
Oh, yeah. And the question I had, some people ask me all the time, now that you see football, and I don't know what you're teaching to the middle school guys you got, but everything seems to be going to West Coast style offense. Mm-hmm. Is the life of the running back kind of gone, or is it they got to now be a multi-back? I mean, what's going on with that?
I feel like you got to be a multi-back. I ain't gonna say that the life of it is gone, because you got guys like Chris McCaffrey making money at running back.
Love McCaffrey. McCaffrey doing his thing.
But
I think we got him froze there for a moment on his internet. I think we got him froze on the internet. We're going to get him back on, but we was talking to CJ2K, Tennessee Titans, one of the best to ever do it. You know, the kid is Offensive Player of the Year, just got inducted to the 2024 State of Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame, which is major. You know, of course, I went on Eddie George just got there. Of course, my guy that was on air with us, Blaine Bishop, a while back. So the Titan guys have been doing some big things, and this is great. I mean, to see someone like CJ to have the career he's had, you know, coming out of East Carolina, it just lets you know. So I think you got caught on some internet thing right there, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, like what I was saying basically like with the I can't say it's all the way dead because Chris McCaffrey is still making a lot of good money. So I just feel like with that position, it's like you have to model your game around what today's game is going to be, and that's the spread offense. You want a guy who is going to be able to run the ball. Also, you want a guy that's going to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield, a guy that you can motion him out in mismatches out there, slot receiver and things like that. I feel like the game of football is far, far gone from that running back that's going to get 25, 30 touches a game. Wow. That's just not going to happen. So I feel like that devalues the running back. But if you want to be valued like a Christian McCaffrey or the top paid guys in the league, you're going to have to model your game around a Christian McCaffrey where you, like I say, you a threat in the passing game and in the running game. Because a lot of times Christian McCaffrey may only get 13 to 15 rushing attempts in a game, and then, you know, he in 10 receiving targets. Like, crazy.
Yeah, it is. And matter of fact, CJ, I saw him for the first time. I was out visiting my guy who's at UCF right now, head coach Johnny Dawkins, one of my mentors in the basketball game, and I was out at Stanford. And I remember coming back talking to my homeboys, saying, hey, man, I just watched this dude, Christian McCaffrey. He's going to be a big-time pro, and he turned out to do just that. And I got my guy, Chief 2 Beast, 2-4 Beast, Mr. Garrett Tidwell says, of all the quarterbacks you played behind in the league, you know, what was one of your favorite, or what was one of your most favorite quarterbacks to be in the backfield to play behind?
Vince Young. Young, yeah, my boy. That was like
Vince was playing that ball.
Yeah, being there to play with him, and man, it's like some of the things like he was able to do, like through the air and on his feet, running the ball, and just being an all-out playmaker. Like it was crazy, and like he was a big part of me going for them 2,000 yards. Like some of the plays we used to run and all that type of stuff. Like it was just crazy.
Oh man, that's crazy, you know. And I tell you, it was nuts. Is that 9,600 yards in the career at NFL, 35th all time, but 7,900 yards was with us, you know, and 55 touchdowns out of that, man. And it's crazy. Talk a little bit about, because I always talk to the kids about as a professional and maximizing your opportunity, contracts and everything else. But the one thing about your career is every athlete that I know, you're one injury away from being on the other side. Talk to us a little bit about the fibula, the tibia situation, man, and injury, and then you had to kind of make that career decision and what your next step was going to be.
The tibia when I was in high school or?
In the league.
Oh, in the league. Oh, no, that was my meniscus.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so in my last year in Tennessee, so the first game of the season, I tore my meniscus or whatever. Like, and I felt when I did it, I think I did it like probably like in the first or second quarter or whatever. So I tore my meniscus, and then like, so after the game, whatever, got an MRI the next day, whatever, I came back, it was torn. So I had a situation where, you know, they brought me in, they're like, okay, you can either have the surgery and come back in 6 weeks, or you could just play through the injury and get the surgery in the off season. So shoot, I'm like, shoot, if I can play on it, I ain't gonna have the surgery. Like I ain't finna leave my teammates out here on this battlefield like that.
Right.
I'm playing through it. And like, shoot, I played through it, and that's probably like I shouldn't have did that. Like, that wasn't a good decision. You know what I'm saying? For myself, that wasn't a good decision. Like, I should have got this surgery. I should have waited them 6 weeks and came back healthy, because it kind of like, it really kind of backfired on me, right? So that same year, right? So they came at me, was talking about a pay cut and stuff like this, saying that I lost a step and all this. But, you know, the whole time, they know that I'm playing on the torn meniscus.
Meniscus, yeah.
They know my knee was messed up, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, they kind of use it against me and say I lost a step. And that's why they wanted me to take a pay cut. And I ended up getting released after that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just feel like me being older, me being smarter now, and just knowing it and thinking like, you know, in my head, I'm like, boy, I'm in Tennessee for life. This sweat and tears, this where I'm at. I'm do whatever for them, this and that. And that's why I felt like I did that. But on the other hand, it kind of like kicked me in the ass. Like, so I should have, and you know, we talking about
that's athlete in all of us. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna continue to go down that road till you can give it, especially you don't want to leave your boys, man. I know
I ain't want to leave my boys, and I'm like, shoot, I'm still like, I ain't gonna lie, that was like one of the most painful things I did, like playing that whole year, like not missing practices. I ain't missed no games, no nothing, and playing that whole year. And like still, I think I still had like 1,600 or 1,700 all scrimmage yards or whatever like that.
That's
but
crazy.
Like, yeah, know what I'm saying? But like me going back thinking about it, I'm like, bro, I play running back. I play a skill position. My knees are so important. I was supposed to get that surgery. I wasn't supposed to play on that knee throughout the season. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The cool part I like about that, man, is you go through that and now you're able to tell that story. Now you, like you said, you're able to talk to the young kids that you're coaching, let them know the right things that they're going to be doing, and being in a position that you be able to help them out down the road when they got to make those decisions and things that they got to do. Because, you know, we always talk about, you know, did a great way too long to retire, or maybe did a great, you know, decide to retire, but the game was so much in them they continue, like Jordan or Tyson. But then we never talk about those guys that up at that game, and then that injury hit them, and then now they got to make that decision between playing through an injury or getting that surgery. Because everybody on the outside always got this to say, you know, they look like Pac-Man until they get in that situation. Then they like, oh man, woulda, coulda, shoulda. So man, I respect you on that big time. That's them Warfield battles.
Yeah, that's them Warfield battles. I wasn't finna leave my brothers like that, man.
Hey, I tell you, hey, we're gonna take our last break of the day. We're gonna come back and talk about what CJ is doing right now in his career, help you guys out, give you some information, because he's got some stuff for you. But Val, let's pay this last bill of the day and get these people out of my pocket.
Super Bowl. Do you think that Usher was the best, or was it Beyonce, or was it Kira and J-Lo? Who had the best performance?
Oh gosh. So I never say who's the best or who's the worst. I think in each of their own ways, everyone is. To get to play the Super Bowl as an artist in itself is fantastic. I think Usher went through his discography perfectly. Having her come on stage and play the guitar is such a special thing. I think when artists get to invite other artists on stage, it's such a great moment to like share the love and share. And so every artist, like Coldplay bringing Beyonce and Bruno Mars, he didn't have to. Shakira and J-Lo, right? I think it's really important instead of like, who's the best, getting to realize you could do this moment by yourself and it would still be iconically as good. Usher could have been just himself, like Rihanna did just herself. Right. But he chose, especially to bring female artists on the stage. It's just beautiful, beautiful.
Man, coming down the stretch here with my main man, CJ2K, here with Coach Tony on the Pull Up Podcast Show. Hey, see your boy, man, God's General told me to tell you what's up, fam.
What's happening?
Man, I tell you what, man, before we transition into some stuff, if there is some good advice for these young kids that are coming in? Because I want before you give me that, tell me what you think about this. You know, we always talk about the change and the transition, what's going on in the NIL world. We finally moved up to 8 now in the college football playoffs and how that's going to change the landscape of things, which is nuts. But I'm telling people in the next 3 to 4 years, in my personal opinion, you're going to see 3 power schools, not 5, but 3 power conferences, rather. Right. SEC, the Big Ten, and there's going to be a fight between the Big 12 and the ACC, depending on which one of those teams fold. And I think it'll probably be the ACC fold because a lot of their teams are already jumping to the SEC already.
Right.
You know, when you're looking at that as a football coach now you came from inside, now you get to be on that sideline. What is some advice and things that you're telling your young kids or some of the high school kids that talk to you, and when you go out around the community and give back and you speak to these programs, what are some of the advice you're giving these kids nowadays?
Man, I'm just telling, like, plain and simple, man, focus on the big picture. Focus on the big picture because right now, you know, a lot of kids are, they're looking at this NIL, right? And the NIL is cool. Like, I feel like it's something that needed to happen. Like, we need to get paid as college athletes. But at the same time, I feel like it's hurting the game. It's ruining the game.
Right.
Like, you don't have these kids that are not as hungry no more. Like,
right.
And it's focused. Like, you don't hear kids like, oh, I'm going to Miami because it fit my scheme of play. The offense fit my scheme, or this coach that developed these kids, that develop good quarterbacks or receivers, he there. All you hear now is like, okay, this school offered me $2 million, so I'm going here. Know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like so many kids be in the transfer portal every year because you're going to these schools for the wrong reasons. Correct. Or whatever. So I just like to tell kids to pay attention and focus on the bigger picture. Like, it's cool to get your money now, but the bigger bag is in the league. The bigger bag is in the league. Like, that's where the bag is. So stay focused, and the bigger picture is keep doing what you got to do and put yourself in the right situation for you to make it to the league, because everybody know setting yourself up the right way to be a first round, second round pick, third round pick is better than you going in the league and you're a 6th round, 7th round pick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you just got to focus on what the bigger picture is.
Man, that's dope. That's dope advice, man. And, you know, because, you know, what you just said a minute ago, this is one of the reasons why Coach Nick Saban left the game. He said that he took his wife on an interview with him with a kid. They sit down at the table, CJ, and 5 minutes in the house, for the most part, they wasn't there. 5-10 minutes, kids sit down and said, man, you know, Coach, you know I'm already going to Alabama, so we don't even got to talk about that. The question on the table is what my NIL deal look like. And Nick looked at his wife and looked at his coaches and excused himself from that meeting, took his family, took his wife, went back to Alabama, and the next day he put his resignation letter and said, if me going to these homes, sitting down with these kids and these parents is now money talk as opposed to education and opportunity, then it's time for me to lead a business, man.
Right. It's crazy, man. Like, and then like I got a couple college coaches or whatever, and like I hear the stories. Like, that's all they care about. They don't care about nothing else. And not only the kids. And you gotta think it's probably ain't coming from the kids, coming from the parents.
Right. Like, because like I said, they get that bag, it's a come up.
Yeah, it's a come up. They get in that bag. So start
like, man, you better go and take what you can get, because the NFL ain't promising. Let's go get this paper now. So and that's the crazy part, because they got the wrong people, like you said, listening in their ear. And that becomes crazy. You just hit the magic thing. There's so many kids in the portal right now. And by the way, you know, some of these kids don't even realize, CJ, the NCAA just made a change. So starting next month, August of this year, they are now going to have unlimited transfers. And the college rosters they've had to trim the rosters down. So you don't have a big roster no more. And now they got unlimited transfers. So if I don't like playing for Coach Chris Johnson on Friday, shit, I can break out on Monday.
On Monday, you out of there.
And And if my roommate, my boy, ain't liking what's going on, that's two defective. So instead of you sitting there where you were babysitting kids from year to year, you now got to babysit kids from week to week, man.
Right, and it's crazy. And then it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Do you really think I'm making millions of dollars and I'm finna be standing in the snow at 5 a.m. doing workouts?
Right. Exactly.
If I don't love the game, I don't love the game, I'm like, well, I got these millions coming in. I ain't man, tell coach to catch me later. Right.
Catch me on the other side, because I seen they were just talking about exactly what you just said. A kid down that way, I won't say Carolina someplace, big time ball player, but he started a business on the side, and his side hustle was making more than the football was giving him. And they told him, if you're gonna continue to play football, you gotta get in something. He's like, you know something? I'm good with football, man. My hustle is gonna take me down the road. And he gave once again. That's that tough decision, man. That is that's nuts. So now you get up out the league, baby. Let's talk to us a little bit about, first of all, before we go into the Airbnb business, and let's talk to me about what you and Lindell doing, man, on Smash and Dash, man. I got to check it out. I like that podcast, baby.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. We had that stop for a minute, but we revamping it and stuff like that. And you know, right when football season start back, we gonna re-release it or whatever. But man, we be shooting our Smash and Dash podcast. You can check all that out on the Instagram is called Smash and Dash Podcast or whatever. Like, check that out on our channels. And you know, we just be cutting up on them, man. Talking about anything, whatever, man.
Right. Oh yeah, I love it, man. Well, I say I can't wait. I'm telling you, man, I go back, man, watching my boy from Pivot, watching $1 million worth of game, and it made me want to jump in here, see, you know. Right. And speaking of jumping in, next time we get together, boy, you better have them golf clubs ready, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, for real. I gotta get it together.
Gotta get that on. Gotta get it on. Hey, tell us a little bit about the business, man. So how did you know, a lot of guys go into the car business. I've seen guys go into real estate, seen guys go into, the horse business and different things. What made you want to jump into the Airbnb business? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Just doing real estate, man, like houses and stuff like that. And then I'm down here, I'm from Orlando, Florida. Like, so Disney, so many people travel to Disney every year. Like, it's crazy. So, like, it's like the Airbnb world went to shooting up because, they come here, they stay in 3, 4, 5 nights at a time. And like, people are never going to stop coming to Disney. So never. I'm like,
my granddaughter just got back.
You know what I'm saying? And then like, so it's just a better situation for people coming, like, especially if you traveling a couple families or you got like 5, 6, 7 people traveling with your family, like, you don't want to buy 2, 3 separate hotel rooms.
Right.
Like, you might as well just go and rent you a house. You got enough room for everybody. You can cook, do all that type of stuff. And then, like, I just, like, coming out, I done rented a couple of them before. And I'm like, man, you mean to tell me I get $300, $400 a night?
Right.
At these places, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I got into it. And, like, I'm out by Disney, Windsor Island. Out in Davenport. It's in Orlando, but by Disney, it's like Davenport, stuff like that. So like they got all those water parks inside the neighborhood and all those type of things.
So this is beautiful. So I'm looking at right there. You got a movie theater in one of the houses and stuff like that. I see you got a decorated some nice pictures.
You probably wouldn't even believe it, but that's a garage right there. We changed the garage into a movie theater.
Oh, that's dope as hell.
Right.
Hey, because the weather's nice, so they like you need to park inside.
Right. You ain't there for that long, and they give you an extra room and more things for people with kids coming in town. Like, shoot, they got a whole movie theater. They can watch movies and stuff like that.
Hey,
like,
that's cold, man. Like you said, you bring a family down, couple kids, let them set the PlayStation up right there. You ain't got to worry about trying to get me to spend money out on Disney property as a damn arm and a leg. You got right there foosball. You got a video game. You got your own game room. I'm going to be upstairs drinking and chilling by the pool, doing whatever. And ain't got to worry about the hustle and bustle of being pretty much on the strip down there.
Right. You just do your thing. You chilling. Let them do their thing. You do your thing. It's all good.
And you get a chance to go shopping, do a little grocery shopping. You're cooking your own food, saving money from spending high money down the distance.
Yeah, and the room service, you ain't got to keep ordering room service. For 7 people, you go right across the street to the Publix, go grocery shopping, and you just cook. It's just overall better budget for your trip. Like, you know how much money you're going to spend in that hotel.
Oh, yeah, man. That's big time. My son just got back. You know, him and this young lady just went down to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and I was talking about the hotel, and he said, "Now, Dad, we ended up getting Airbnb." And when he told me the prices, it was almost a $900 difference.
Right, for sure.
And he had the whole house chilling to itself and all that.
Privacy,
tell us a little bit about where the properties are located at there in the Disney area.
Yeah, they're in the Disney area, in the Davenport, Kissimmee area. Right off, Kissimmee, Davenport, right off 27. You see, you got the whole water park in front. You got the arcade.
So you got the golf course.
Yeah, got the golf course, whole basketball court, everything, man. Like, you don't even have to leave out the neighborhood. You got everything in the neighborhood. That's
dope. On time, you really need to get out of the neighborhood unless you just want to go up on Disney's property itself, basically.
Right, exactly. You want to go to the parks.
That's nice. So if somebody want to reach out, if they, anybody out here, you hear me right now, what's the name of the Airbnb? How can they get in touch or reach out if they are looking to take a vacation? If you're looking to take a vacation, you'll see this property. Beautiful right here. Right. Tell everybody how to reach out to you and how they can to get a chance to rent one of the units.
Okay. And also that right there, that's a garage as well too. We changed that to the garage. That's the other one. We changed that garage to a game room. But,
man.
Yeah, but if you wanna rent, you can DM me on my Instagram at ChrisJohnson28, or you can DM. I got the Instagram for that is 2K_vacation rentals. Just DM it. The link's in my bio. It'll take you right to the booking page. It's plain and simple. It'll take you right.
That's cool. Val, make sure you put that in the chat line for everybody to make sure we get that in there. I'll say that one more time for him, CJ, so she can put that in that link for everybody.
Yeah, you go to my Instagram, ChrisJohnson28. The link is in my bio. Or you can go to 2K_vacation rentals, and the link is in that bio as well. And that link will take you straight to the Airbnbs. It'll show you all the pictures, explaining to you all the amenities in the house. You can book right there.
Oh man, that's dope. And don't forget, man, me, you, Hainsworth, and Davis, man, we got to take that vacay off that triple that part 3.
Right. Yeah. We gotta get to Mexico, man.
We gotta get to Mexico, baby. So looking forward to that. Hey, man, I'm glad you could see some of your time out, man. We're gonna do some big things, man. It's been great. Glad to have you in my corner, man. I appreciate you. As tell Lindell I said what's happening, and let him know I gotta get him up on here too.
Talk about that, man.
Especially when y'all get Smash and Dash back together. We all gotta get on here and act a fool one night.
Yeah, we got to. When we get it back, I'm gonna let you know when we are gonna be lunching though.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. We got the one and only Chris CJ2K Johnson, man, former Tennessee Titans, Jets, and Cardinals have the presence, the grace in our presence tonight on the Pull Up Podcast Show with your boy, Coach Tony. Tomorrow night, make sure you get with us. But we've been hanging out here in the Rise studio. CJ, this is my piece right here, baby. This is the Rise NIL for marketing purpose, dealing with a lot of branding for my athletes in college and a lot of brands that's looking to do some stuff. So if you got athletes that's looking to get paid on the NIL side of the house, make sure you reach out to us at www.rizenil.com, and that way we can show you how to get it done. Also, my girl Val, the voice. If you didn't know, now you know. Scan the QR code right here. She just launched her book last week, the digital copy of it. And the DJ Saved My Life, talking about the trials and tribulations of what she went through and how being a DJ saved her life to start this wonderful podcast that now I'm on, the Pull Up Podcast Show. And for those that that want to jump on tomorrow night, make sure you tune in with us tomorrow night. Also on Interludes Talk on Tuesday, as we talk a little bit about Eddie Murphy 48 Hours. DJ, I don't know if you got your chance to see 48 Hours yet with Axel Foley, man.
No, I ain't seen it yet.
Yeah, me either. But we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure I check it out between now and then. But I want to appreciate you guys for stopping by tonight. See, man, we're gonna get at each other, baby.
All right, appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. You know my words, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Pull Up Podcast Show with Coach Tony. Peace.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Bounce the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. So, I said bounce the voice and Coach Tony, you know.